probably heard of the term coping skills before. Coping skills are those activities or tools that we use to make ourselves feel better, especially when we've had a bad day. Now, we could ask anyone to name some coping skills, and you could probably do it. Things like running, going for a walk, playing with your dog, listening to music. These are all wonderful examples of coping skills. But we want to go a little bit beyond the examples and talk about the reality behind coping skills. Hi, my name is Cecilia, and this is my friend Kira, and we're with the Alliance for Suicide Prevention. What we want to do today is focus on what to do when you don't have access to your coping skills, when you don't have the energy to do them in the first place, or if your normal coping skills are no longer working. The truth about coping skills is sometimes the hardest part is finding the energy or motivation to do them in the first place. I know for me, when I've really been struggling with my mental health, sometimes the hardest thing is getting out of bed, let alone going for a run or going outside. We might know what the right thing to do for our mental health is, but that doesn't mean that it's easy to do it. That being said, the days where I can find that energy or motivation, I know that I feel a lot better in both my mind and in my body. Another strategy that I use is having a support team or friends that I can reach out to when I am having a really bad day. It's really helpful to have people that I feel like I can be honest with and say, I'm really struggling. Can you come over? Or can we go for a walk? It's also important to note that sometimes that's really hard to do. It's not easy to say, I'm struggling, even to our closest friends. So I encourage you to be that friend for somebody else. If you notice people in your life having a tough time with their mental health, reach out and invite them into your activities and your coping skills. This could be as simple as sending a text and saying, I'm coming over.
There's a good chance that the activities you're used to doing you might not have access to right now, such as your sports or your clubs. This is why we know it's so important to have more than one coping skill that benefit your physical and mental state. It's okay to mourn the loss of those activities, and it's okay to try new ones. Make space for those, and you never know what could lead to a new passion. One activity that I've been trying during this time is Olympic weightlifting. An example of not having access to your coping skill is if you're sitting in class really stressed out and you have to go straight to your next one. You can't just go for a run, so what do? One activity that we all have access to is mindful breathing. We know that mindful breathing is important for everyone, especially if you're experiencing anxiety. This regulates your nervous system, decreases your heart rate, and increases blood oxygen levels. These all help you to think clearly and calms your physical and mental state, which all benefit your mental health and lower stress. I want us all to practice mindful breathing right now to show just how accessible it is. This is the 5-6-7 method. So you'll breathe in for 5 seconds, hold it for 6, and breathe out for 7. Closing our eyes, we'll breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, and holding 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When we don't have healthy coping skills or can't think of any, we still do things to try and make ourselves feel better. Oftentimes, though, those coping techniques may temporarily relieve pain, but in the long run cause problems for our health. Coping skills are important for everyone, but it's not a cure-all for your mental health. If your healthy coping skills aren't working and maybe you've tried some new ones but those aren't working either, it might be time to talk to a trusted adult.
Remember, it's never too early to reach out for help or to talk about your mental health, whether that's something you've been struggling with for a long time or whether you just had a bad day. You can always text the word TALK to 38255 24/7 to reach out to someone. We hope that this has been a helpful and honest conversation about coping skills, and we hope that you have healthy activities in your life, as well as people who can support you.